Hello, this is the Lord's Legion yet again with a brand new best villains ever. And in this video, I am going to talk about King Dedede, because lately I have figured out that I haven't talked about any video game villains as of yet, and I think that King Dedede would be the perfect villain to start up with. Now, usually I talk about, the backstory for King Dedede, but in his case, there's not really much that has been established about King Dedede, because, he really, there isn't really much about him per se. All we really know about King Dedede is, the fact that, he is the king of Dreamland, and he rules pretty much, everything about it, really. So, yeah, all you really need to know is that he is the king of Dreamland, and because that Kirby is a true hero of Dreamland, this makes King Dedede very pissed off, and he really wants to, get rid of Kirby, so that he could become the real leader for Dreamland. And with that being said though, it reminds me heavily with the relationship between Batman and Lex Luthor, because, Lex Luthor doesn't like Superman because Lex Luthor wants to be the hero for Metropolis and the rest of the world, and that he fears this entity who is godlike, which is Superman. And in the case of King Dedede and Kirby, it seems like, it just reminds me a lot of that dynamic between Superman and Lex Luthor. And so it really comes down to it. When it comes down to it, it perfectly symbolizes how normal people fear godlike characters like Kirby. Now, for every villain, they need some sort of powers, abilities, or skills. And King Dedede would make a really good villain, and he is very powerful because he is capable of sucking people up like Kirby and spit them out. And although he doesn't get the exact same abilities as Kirby would normally when he inhales, King Dedede really does not need that because, he can fly like Kirby, and he is also very strong. He is among, the most powerful characters in the Kirby franchise, as well as one of the smartest and strongest villains in Nintendo history. Is this recording? Yeah. Along with that though, King Dedede does have his hammer, which is very powerful. It is so strong, it can destroy concrete, buildings, or even skyscrapers if he really wanted to. And it is such a good killer machine that... Whoa, oh god, oh bugger. Sorry. Oh, and artifacts there, don't want that. But King Dedede is that smart and powerful with his hammer. He knows how to use it, and it's so strong. It is one of the most dangerous hammer in all of fiction, that even Thor's hammer isn't as dangerous as King Dedede's mallet. And speaking of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, King Dedede has, he's been in the game twice. First in Brawl, and then in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. And he was one of the top tiers in both versions. And he was always one of my mains, and yeah. Come in. Oh, sorry about that. Someone came in to give me some food, but where was I? Oh yeah, Dedede. He was in Brawl and Super Smash Bros. 4. He was one of my mains, and he was so strong, and I honestly loved playing as him. He was one of the fastest, strongest, and he can jump multiple times, and his final smashes were always... Not to mention that, he was also in Kirby Right Back At Ya, which was one of the best animes of all time, and certainly a lot better than, it was way better than Dragon Ball Z, or, what was it, Death Note, that's the one. But yeah, he was such a great villain in that one. Although, he occasionally helps Kirby as well, which makes them have a code of honor. And honestly, having villains who would help the hero for his own needs is always interesting. But the main reason why I love King Dedede so much is, he's one of the most interesting villains because he's so funny, and he also has a code of honor. He'll help Kirby whenever he wants to, and, he's... he is also, he's very powerful, and no one would dare to stand in his way. And I especially love his character design because he looks like Father Christmas, or Santa Claus, whatever you want to call him. But, yeah, because of that, that's why I think he is the best villain in Nintendo history. So, who do you want me to talk about next for the series? And as always, I'm going now. So ta-da!